It's 4 years later, and you're 3 #1 singles deep.
When the first single came out, I was like, it's limitless. The opportunities are limitless. I just believed that. I just always believed that.
Do you miss anything about a room like this?
Oh, definitely.
What do you miss?
There's an intimate nature to it. You know, it's a few years worth of work to be able to get booked here. I'm not the car on the lot that you go, which one's gonna win in the race? But it's always what's under the hood. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I just had to go out there and prove it.
We're in Charlotte, North Carolina, the place you were born.
Yep.
Charlotte's seen a lot of eras of Luke Combs.
Definitely, yeah. Oh, for sure.
Is Charlotte, or is Carolina in general, a place where you can be Luke versus Luke Combs? Or is it almost like you're even more like,
I don't know. It's
you're
like
kind of, you're
North Carolina's it's almost even more a little bit.
because of the hometown hero badge?
I guess. I mean, I wouldn't call myself that, but I mean, I was always proud that Eric Church was from here. So,
yeah.
I mean, I think that plays into it probably to some extent. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's a cool thing. But I always just find it so like, it's hard for me to like accept. I don't know. I've always found it difficult to like accept praise. It's very, just like not in my nature. I don't know. It's tough. But I don't want people to think of me as like, oh, look at this guy, man. He's, you know, he's so cocky. And I'd really try to, as much as humanly possible, like to have really open lines of communication with everybody, you know, it's people that work with me or people I'm friends with, like, and I think that's super important. You know, I don't ever want to be like unapproachable in the sense of like, I don't want anybody to be like intimidated by me at all.
The album is called Growin Up.
Mm-hmm.
How much growing up has happened since Father's Day and the arrival of your son?
A lot. Definitely a lot. It just changed, like your whole perspective changes, you know, in a lot of ways. It's like the stuff that used to matter as far as like the things that you worried about, you just don't really worry about that stuff anymore. Yeah. I mean, it was and almost instantly, you know, really. Like you're just kind of like, don't care about that. Don't care. And I was already I was fine before it, but I did tend to have pretty tremendous anxiety at times in my life. So
wait, that really surprises. I bring a ton of anxiety to the party. It's like if I'm not worrying about it, it won't be good.
No, and mine was like really bad, like OCD.
Can you tell me about it?
Oh, sure, yeah. It was to the point, I mean, it was like, I would say, crippling is the word I would use.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's like.
But never getting between you and walking on stage?
No, never one time. No. It's not, because it's not about that stuff.
What's it about?
Oh, it could be anything. It's really stuff that's like out of my control, you know, whether it's like my health or like, it's just really insane, like stuff you can never get an answer to. So like you have to learn to live with like the uncertainty of never knowing becomes the only way to get over it.
I wonder what maybe this like growing up or like this growing and like healing and change for you, like, is it more that?
In a lot of ways, it's just looking at things, you know, I look at things now in ways that I never would have been able to before. And even before the kid, you know, it was like after getting married and then spent all that time at home during COVID and, you know, just a bunch of stuff happened. You know, it was like time to process all of this craziness that's happened in my career too. I mean, that was, you know, that's an important.
This is what I found crazy.
Yeah.
It's 4 years later. And you're 3 #1 singles deep.
Yeah, like, so what, 2017?
While some kid was entering high school and about to graduate, you've moved to Nashville, and you're that far down the path.
I don't know, I don't want to sound arrogant, actually I'm not, but it's just like, it kind of always just felt like it was going to happen. I don't necessarily mean like being on the radio and but I mean like having a job in music or something. But then when the first single came out, I was like, this is limitless. The opportunities are limitless. I just believed that. I just always believed that.
You step on this stage after all those years of being in this bar.
Yeah.
Walk on stage for the first time as an artist. What happens?
Oh, it was great. I mean, we played, they have a night, it's 1, 2, 3 night. I don't know if they still have it anymore.
What's that?
But it was $20 to get in. And it was $1 beers, $2 well, $3 call. And whether it was shots or mixed drinks. So we had to, you know, we begged Alan, the owner, for a while. I was like, dude, let us come in here, man. Let's come in here. And he was kind of, he had heard of me before because I'm sure I'd sent him emails when I was in college, like, man, let me open for somebody. I must have sent a million emails. Hey, man, let me open for Kit Moore or Lee Bryce or anybody that was in here that had anything going on. I was trying to be the opener, but you couldn't get in here because they had a house band. Okay. And so the house band was always the opener. It was like, if there wasn't an opener that the headliner was bringing, the opener was always out of the blue. Still that way here. It's the same band. And so we finally got, I think we got $2,500 and we got Alan to agree to let us play. But a night where there's not a built-in crowd. That's the idea of the 1, 2, 3 right. As a business owner is get some people in the door that aren't coming in the door.
Yep.
Normally, you know.
What song's out at this moment?
How much music is available to the public? Mm-hmm. Probably 7 songs.
Okay. And
the
Hurricane?
6 that I put out in college and Hurricane.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, maybe there'll be 500 people.
Right. That's what Alan was thinking. And there was 2,000, I think 2,000 people came or something. So, and Alan ended up paying us double actually. So shout out to Alan.
He did?
Yeah, he did.
I love that.
Shout out to him for...
Wait, a 2,500 gig became a 5K gig?
Yeah, because he made so much that night. So, I'd love to know what he actually
Was there any part of you that was like a little like, I told you so?
To be fair, and I've said this before, is like, I don't know if I would have believed in myself if I was someone else. I'm not let's put it this way. I'm not the car on the lot that you go, which one's going to win in the race? But it's always what's under the hood. Yeah. It's not, you know what I mean?
That's right.
It's kind of like, and that's the thing is, I always felt that way. So I never really faulted anybody for being that way. Because it's just human nature, really, I think. I mean, it's just the way people are, and that's okay. I just had to go out there and prove it. Just go out there and run a bunch of races and beat every motherfucker out there. That's all I had to do. You know?
500 becomes 2,000.
Yeah, I mean, there's no other way to put it other than that. I mean, I just knew I had to go out there and do it.
I cannot wait to watch you tonight.
Should be good.
I am excited about how many new songs from the record are on.
Yes, should be fun. Too. Yeah, it's gonna be good out there.
Thank you so much. They're giving me to wrap it up sign.
Dang, they're big league.
They're giving me to shut it up sign.